and are not mixed with other offenders who are of majority age. The government is therefore committed, in recognition of the importance the government places protection of children, and child protection services are categorized as essential services by the government. As a ministry, we appreciate the partnership we have with the judiciary when it comes to children matters. And I wish to thank you, Honorable Lady Justice Madeka, and also celebrate the promotion of one of us, because we've been on this journey together. The Chief Justice, Mother Koome, is a product of this process. We celebrate her because she has championed children issues, and we believe with our elevation, with our promotion to that high office, children issues and matters of children will even be now handled at a very high level in the judiciary. She has given a commitment in assumption of office speech that she will be able to champion children matters at even a higher level. And we are sure and confident, I don't have any doubt, the judiciary now will even be more closer to us, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, as far as children matters are concerned. Even as I recognize her, a number of things keep emerging. And it's important. I want to appreciate what the Kipyegon said. He raised a very pertinent issue, 7 of them. Access to health. We have now a bill, Comprehensive Health Act 2017 and Beyond Zero campaign, that addresses access to health. On registration of births, we have stepped up registration and recognized intersex of persons. On access to free primary education, in 2003, Free Primary Education Act 2013 was established. And the issues of children in our streets, we have ongoing initiative with the national government, Ngao, that is the provincial administration. We are starting with Nairobi and Mombasa and the big cities. We did a census. We carried out census last year. We have 47,000 Kenyans in our streets, and we are working on bringing them home or reintegrating them with their society, or establishing rescue centers for these street families. On sanitary towels, and Kipyegon mentioned our sisters who struggle and sometimes miss out in school. We are in collaboration with partners, including UNICEF, to ensure all school-going children access these sanitary towels. On the child pregnancy and those who are defiled and they cry for justice, we have now working with the judiciary to even establish virtual courts to deal with these issues, which protects the dignity and the face of our children. And the abuse at home, we are continuing with community sensitization and use of grassroots structures, advisory councils, and the provincial administration to ensure that what Kipyegon raised, which are pertinent, are addressed. And I want to thank him for bringing out these issues. Further, over the weekend, I saw on our mainstream media a 7-year-old child driving a pickup Prado. And I want to inform and warn all parents in this country to care and protect. We have a minimum driving age in this country. For one to access a driving license, you must have attained the age of majority, 18 years. To get a driving license, to get an ID, you must have attained the age of majority. And therefore, we have already as government, taken action. The parent has been arrested, the car is in custody, and that parent will appear in court as an example to the rest of the parents who neglect their responsibility. We have to insist on very strict action on such parents. This amounts to abuse and misuse, abuse of children, allowing children, they can actually, they can cause serious accident, not just to themselves, but also to the rest of the public. On the other issue is we rescued in the last 1 week over 200 children from our neighboring country who had come and possibly for cheap labor or be involved in labor and child labor, and we are working with our neighboring country to return them back home, because we abhor any abuse or use of children in any kind of labor as a country. We have also witnessed so many cases. We have a very serious case in Athi River. A child who was abducted and killed and has been subject of investigation and media follow-up. And yesterday, 4 suspects appeared in court. Others are still being pursued. This is something that is this abduction of children is becoming a serious society breakdown. People are using children to settle scores. It's coming out, it is emerging. That child in Athi River and another one who was found dead, I think 2 days ago, were as a result of conflict between parents, and parents are targeting children. This is something we are taking seriously as a ministry, as a government, to deal with any form of child abuse or risks that exposing our children to all or any form of violence. Last year, we launched a survey on violence against children, and it brought out so many that report brought out so many issues that our children go through as far as violence is concerned. And to school, and we never lacked. And I call upon the other parents or our generation and the next generation to follow suit and ensure they equally care and protect their children from any abuse or violence. So, as I conclude, I wish to further strengthen coordination of our children matters. The government created gender and children desks in all police stations in the country and established a 24-hour toll-free helpline 116 for reporting violation of children's rights. The government continues to create awareness on children's rights and welfare to the citizens of this great nation to ensure that no child suffers any kind of discrimination. Among the milestones in this regard are the recognition and categorization of intersex children in the 2019 National Housing and Population Census report, and establishment of anti-human trafficking and online child protection unit at DCI to address issues of child trafficking and online child sexual and abuse exploitation. At this juncture, I want to appreciate the work of every agency in the sector and urge all of us to continue in our individual and collective commitment to serve our children. In the spirit of the Agenda 2040, let us endeavor to make our families, community, and our country fit for our children. Our first 5-year cycle report on the implementation of the 10-year aspirations of Agenda 2040 is being prepared and will be submitted to the Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of our Children. It is my sincere hope that once the committee evaluates our report and communicates to us our next step, we shall continue serving our children in the same spirit. And one issue that is emerging is the progress of costing the children's bill. And I think PS, all the sectors are submitting their findings and costings. And this is something we need to fast track so that as soon as the bill is enacted, we should be able to table before the National Treasury the overall budget of implementing this new act. Further, it is also important to note here that the Parliament starts the process of debating this bill. There will be a lot of engagements with the members of the public, and I want to urge all the stakeholders in this room to prepare their memoranda in case Parliament will be need for clarification or enrichment, further enrichment of this document for anything that we may have forgotten in the drafting of that bill. So